Well, hello there, everybody. I was waiting for it to say, this is live. And it says, all right, it's live. So welcome. So tribe, so good to see y'all. What a week is all I can say. Like, what the freak happened? Did they break the reality stream or what? Because I got to tell you what, I don't know about y'all, but on my end, holy crap, Ola. And I am just getting myself live all over the place. So that's live. This is live. So we're all live. So yeah, I mean, full moon. I mean, it was strange. I swear there was like 2 or 3 minutes. The damn thing disappeared. I mean, I know it was just dark. I get it. But, and then I mean, I don't know if it was waiting for the cosmic forces, but holy crap, come Sunday morning, and I like that song, it's by like come Sunday morning. Anyway, there's that Saturday morning. It's Saturday morning. Anyway, I digress. Welcome. And it's like, wow. And from the rest of the week, it was, well, intense. So hello everybody. Speaking favor over us, nothing missing, nothing broken. I'm telling you, it works. Hello, all the moderators and all the Soul Tribe members. All of you are essence of moderator. I mean, if you want me just to make sure, I'll hit your name, and there we go. Yeah, Bosto, be of service to others. I mean, that works. And happy birthday. Their birthday. I was thinking about this. I know this is the day that Brian Barnett, Milky Way, came into this plane. But then I think it was also, wouldn't it have been his true arrive day, the day he left? I don't know. But Brian's always with us. Feel his presence all the time. So, Brian, we love you, brother. And, we're carrying on. And I know you are as well. So, what else is happening? Just got to say a big thank you to Lucky and Smith and Courtney, filled in on the project. Thank you all for that. Thank you for those who are continuing. I took a break. I really did, actually. Yeah, it was lots of changes, and we'll be talking about that as well. But thank you again, Lucky and Courtney, and almost like 90 emails of what this people checking in. And I got to say that even in the midst of this overwhelming disaster, I mean, it's, I'm not going to get into the details, but there was this, it was amazing. I've written about it, and I'll be talking more about it, but there was this overwhelming sense, this undercurrent of peace. I mean, in situations like this, there would be times when most people would be in great fear. And, but that wasn't here. In fact, there was no fear at all. I got to tell you, there was no concern. And the reality of it is that it's a big deal. And I have to attribute a lot of that to all of you. I mean, y'all sent amazing energy, and I know many of you have had trials yourself. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened, but yeah. And I am most grateful that where I am in my spirit, when the tests and trials come, and they do come, you find out where you really stand. And I am most grateful for every one of you. I mean, hey, Trina, speaking of Trina, we'll be on tomorrow with a second look. So thank you all. I mean, this is a psychic connected group. I use the word psychic, but I could use the word telepathic as well. I mean, the telepathy in this group is high. And even though many of us are novices in, developing this telepathic ability that we all have, and it shows itself throughout our lives. But anyway, thank you. I just got to say thank you. Favor does run in this group. And again, I know that there were others last week that it was a pretty devastating week. And, the tests and trials, they do come. And the thing about it is we come out stronger. I mean, we really do. This would have, in many cases, a terrible strain on relationships. Not that it doesn't have its opportunity, but I can speak for myself and for my wife that, yeah, it's brutal. It's not pleasant, but there's no despair. In fact, it's just the opposite. There's this great anticipation. And we kind of look at it now is that favor runs in my life. I mean, we've talked about this, Lynn and I talk about it, and it now runs in her life. And we will always land on our feet. The setbacks are merely the stepping stones that will lead us to every goal that we have set for ourselves, where there's two or more in agreement. Wow. I mean, this group here is in agreement in a lot of things. Wow. Jargo, that sucks. I mean, seriously, he wrote, just for those of you who aren't seen in the chat, I looked over there and he says, I blew my 454 engine last week. That really sucks. Hello, Street Mom. How y'all doing? Let me just say hello to all the moderators. David Castle, how you doing? Go, Scotty boy. How you doing? Ginger, good to see you, dear. Project Skyfalls, hello. Hermes, good to see you. Love your material. Base my life on a lot of that material. I have the Maelstorms. How you doing, dear? And Bernadette, Courtney, much love to you, dear. Delaney, Pearl, Jones, how are you? Mark, hello. Lost in Space. What's up, Rufus? I know I see there you, David Castle. And so, yeah, it's good to be back. Hey, Jules. Much love to you, darling. Truth Seeker. Hello. David Berry. Peace, brother. Love you, man. Jackie, good to see you. And Ruby, hello. Hello, Teresa. All the fine ladies over there in Andromeda 7. Good to see you. Jack Dreaming, how are y'all doing? So we had to take care of some business. And hey, Coke Queen, good to see you. Favorite view to you as well, darling. Yeah, thank you, Courtney. Hit the like button. Feed the machine. Miss Trina and Loretta, I'm going to read your update on the favor and grace. Love it. Also, there was a beautiful video done, and I'm going to show that as well. Probably won't do it today, but one of the soul tribes, man, y'all are just fantastic. That's all I got to say. I think this family is stronger. Yeah. Hey, we went through a little test and trial. But Marcia Price, I got to say this to you, dear. These rods of raw, when the negative energy hits, and man, it let's not sugarcoat this. It sucked. But as Lynn and I were talking, we have so many things in our arsenal that we're learning how to transmute energy. There was a time when this kind of news would have drove me to the freaking edge, I mean, yeah, but not this time. There was just a serenity. It was a knowing. Anyway, Marcia loved these things. Marcia, by the way, if you want to order some of her rods, these work, folks. They really do. And so when we got home, our garage was covered in white feathers. These are just some of them. They were everywhere. You can't get into our garage. I'm just saying, there was no bird that could have gotten into our garage, but there, and this is just, like I said, just a couple of them that they were everywhere. So, and that got me to thinking, about the angel cards. I know that Al and Karen I think they're either still getting some pre-orders, and we'll get it more clarified. It's like clarified butter. Did some baking. Baking is great therapy, by the way. Great meditation. I know about transcendental meditation, and I know different techniques, but I tell you, baking is a pretty cool meditative state to be in. It's a real Zen thing. And if you think about it, it really lets you kind of really get into your alchemy. I mean, and then you get to eat it. Lost in Space Angels are letting you know, we picked up on that really, because when we pulled into the garage, and the garage door open, and you see your garage covered with these feathers. Lynn and I both looked at each other and said, either they had one hell of a party, the angels, or they're really letting us know, hey, the best is yet to come. And I know enough now about natural law. I know about the 7 principles. They abide in my heart. I know them. I know they work. And I know that the pendulum, no matter how far inverted it gets, it has to become back. And as much as it was to the extreme, it will be to the opposite as well. And of course, the real thing in all that is to find the balance. So, someone said, remembering feathers in the forest. Yeah, isn't that something else? Rod says, some entity contacted me about Enki's law. Interesting. Yeah, folks. I mean, this is a groovy group. I just got to tell you. I just love it. And again, the arsenal, when this negative energy, and I mean, maybe y'all can give me some comments on it here in the chat room and others, but Paul Joe, it is. Yeah, natural law is a powerful magic. No doubt about it. And it's interesting you mentioned the word, Paul, about magic. Because, magic is thought. And as I said, I don't know what this eclipse did, but I tell you what, certainly on the recipient end of the effect, which was, holy crap, Batman. I mean, wow. Hello, beloved abstract. How you doing? I dreamt my parakeet was on my head the other night. Well, I hope you were wearing a hat. Give me 1 second here. Y'all, some of y'all been around so long, just still making additions to adding to the group. Gogo says it's important what colors are feathers for messages. Well, these were all white. So chicken and everybody. And they weren't chicken. I don't know what kind of feathers they were. I mean, it's interesting. Hey, John Price, what's up? Good to see you. After the full moon eclipse, I am ready to rock. I released some major things. Yeah, I think that there was kind of a release, whether you were wanting it or not. I mean, Scotty Boy, Virgin White Pure. Yeah. It was a blue and white parakeet. And then their colors do mean something. We know that. Absolutely, we do it. So let's see. It's good to be back. And I got to tell you, as the summer progresses, we're going to be in transition. is the best way to put that. But I'll let everybody know ahead of time. Hey, James, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend. A bunch of chicks from the 60s had a pillow. I like that. That is cool. Well, whatever they were doing, hey, no, I figured, heck, go with it. So just coming in and without looking, just simply pulled out one of the angel cards that everyone, the link is down below if you like to see it. I don't know. I think still doing these. I haven't heard from him. I know he lives in Poland. Things are getting dicey out there. We all know that. But this is Aniel. This is the angel of breaking old patterns. You know, the synchronicity is just off the freaking chart here. This is the patron angel of visionaries, revolutionaries, scientists, and historians, brings change of physical and mental structures. I had not heard that before, Gogo. No. Hey, Regina, good to see you. No, I have not. Hey, Shannon, good to see you. Julie, hello. Kathy, what's up? Nathan, yes, thank you. It is Nathan. I said Nick, but it is Nathan. Absolutely. Helps to overcome all of life's challenges and create a better world. You know, we came to the conclusion that when one door closes, it's necessary. I mean, if you put your foot to block the door from closing, you know, you're the one that then begins to hold up the natural process. And I am a firm believer, only because of experience, I experienced it myself, is that when one door closes, another always opens, always. Sometimes multiple doors. Yeah. And you can't be afraid of change. Change is a constant. Our bodies are changing every day. Some of it is so susceptible that it can't be so perceived, but it's changing. I mean, I'm certainly not what I looked like when I was 21. In my spirit, I see it that way, but I know the reality. Yeah. So anyway, Sonell says, I'm having a tough time here, but strangely, I'm super energetic. May month is indeed strange. Something is going on. I'm unable to figure it out. What the universe, there is something. It's not coming. It's here. It's here. I was told a number of things over this weekend. It's quite interesting because I embraced those gifts that I've known I've had. And one of them is a seer. And it's here. It's not coming. All of this that's been talked about, it's here. And I just don't know where we are in the process. Allows us to understand evolution and the different phases, the cycles of life. Teaches the law of karma, cause and consequence, cause and effect. Bestows us with knowledge of creation, supports the study of the universal laws. I just grabbed this randomly, and the spirits, they'd be talking. As I was drifting off to my natural place, which is in the what we would call the ether, the dream world. It's interesting because the spirits are talking. They just don't talk with an audio voice, you know. Hey, Wayne. How are you doing that? How are you compressing vibration to make you know, air like that? Facilitates discovering new conceptions of the universe, teaches us the importance of evolution and how to face the new events in our lives, and cures resistance to new trends. Isn't that part of getting old, is that when you begin to resist change, you become so comfortable that you like it that way? Why? Because it's comfortable. It's safe. And, a lot of people don't like you send that disturbance. Baby, ain't having none of that. But yet, an adventure, that's what this is. It's a journey. And journey, when we have upheavals, when we have dramatic changes, all of us can relate. The cool thing is that with this group here, I know, because I know I'm a beneficiary of what you project. I project the same with many of you when I put you into my mind's eye. I mean, it's the same thing, and it works. My receptors are in tune to receive that. And I have to tell you, thank you again. Y'all sent so much favor, so much grace, so much peace. I don't think that there was a force that could have ever been generated that could have ever overcome that. And it's like a wave. You let it pass. It's like, see ya. Melissa says, waiting for shit to hit the fan so we can get on with our lives and on the next chapter. Exactly. Sometimes you just got to say, well, let's get on with it. I mean, if it's really going to happen, and apparently it is, all right, fine. I mean, we had a hellacious snowstorm. I mean, and it was just, if this had hit, I called this thing back in February, but it got delayed like everything else. It got delayed in the supply chain, but holy crap. And it's just the way where we are. Things they're changing quickly, but it was very odd, very interesting. We got over a foot of snow here where I was at, well in excess of a foot, and lots of tree damage. But anyway, facing changes. So quit resisting the changes. It's the symbol of divine inspiration. Changes brings inspiration. It does. Brings new kinds of science, fills us with energy to break free from negative memories, emotions, and thoughts that won't let us reunite with the divine. Helps to control intense emotional and intellectual impulses, develops our spiritual autonomy, and fosters our independence, provides with new revolutionary ideas and courage to face whatever is new. It's interesting. It's amazing how many of us are afraid of the new. But I can certainly tell you, most people ain't afraid of buying a new car. Love that smell is what they'll do. And we all know that. Nothing like a new car smell. I mean, the fact that you're smelling basically chemical reactions to all the synthetic material in the car, but it's the new car smell. We all know it. We all love it. So, new isn't bad, right? Let's see, protects from misleading people with a twisted way of thinking. Liberates from fear of new things, encourages to novelty, removes the bad past from the mind and other sorts of addictions. Had never thought about that. Hey, Gogo, can we believe people who have visions when they take hallucinogenic drugs to better understand their visions from the supernatural? Well, everyone's got an opinion, but my answer to you is yes. It has to do with what type of receiver. I mean, if the person is pretty in tune naturally, and if they're doing it specifically for that purpose, isn't that what we call a shaman? A medicine man? Medicine woman? A witch? A wizard? There is the concept, Go-Go, that says the natural state that we think is natural is actually unnatural. This is an unnatural realm. And whatever we've moved into, expect the unexpected. This is what I know. So I like golf. It's a game that no one can win at. And that's why people get addicted to it. But there was something that happened on Saturday that was, and I told Lynn when we watched it, because it was just so, that game on Saturday was just freaking bizarre. There was stuff happening that even the players said. A lot of them were saying there's some kind of juju going on. There was something going on. I mean, a heavy in thing. The one shot I thought was most interesting, I believe it was Justin Thomas, of which I think he was on the 16th hole, and he had shanked the shot and was playing from the rough. And as he hit the ball hit directly, and there's this bridge and there's this creek that goes by this hole. The ball hit in the middle of the creek into the water and bounced out. Not only did it bounce out of the water, it bounced onto the green, which allowed him, I think, to pick up a birdie on the hole. Never seen anything like that. Never seen it where a ball went into the water and then bounced back out of the water. I mean, that's some bizarre stuff, folks. Yeah. Mike says, just did a back nine. Well, yeah. So anyway, strange stuff. And then to continue this and the theme here of what we're talking about, so Justin Thomas won the PGA, but here was the interesting thing. The odds had him at the beginning of the last round. He had the odds of 1.2%. Yeah, 1.26% of winning. So he was definitely against the odds here. And I think that so much, as I told Lynn, I said, this is where we're at. What hit us would be devastating. But I said, there's something happening here. And I think it's reflected in many other people's lives. Jack said maybe he directed the ball with his thought form. There's just all sorts about it. I know that he's if you do visualization and self-talking, which most major athletes do, they're trained in that. This is why the egregore, the thought form, is real. It doesn't matter what you believe about it. It doesn't matter, because it's the thing. I mean, in my times of meditation, when I talk to, I don't know what to call it. I communicate to that which gave me thought. It's not a God. A God is a thought. A God is limited. A God is merely a reflection of either the Avengers or the superheroes. But a thought. And then I was thinking, I'm going to digress here a little bit. That's what I do. Courtney, it's interesting. Says she scheduled her surgery purposely on the 13th for the energies. Yeah. Isn't that so freaking true? But so perfection. It's one thing that occupies my spiritual mind, because we do have a spiritual mind. The interesting thing is our spiritual minds is what adapts to this organ that we call the brain. We make use of it. And because when you depart this body, and you will, we all do, you're going to take your spiritual mind with you. The brain that we are occupying. Wow. Okay. Get those high pitches is almost like, well, what? Well, you're doing that, man. But so I guess I'm at that point where in my life, in this journey, that I've gone pretty much, I think, the full circuit, used to believe in a God. I now know that there are a lot of gods. They all exist. A lot of goddesses. Although, unfortunately, because of this crazy realm that we live in, it's so unbalanced that, we're all struggling to find that balance of, well, where does the feminine really play a role in this? And if it is truly what Lilith has told me, that what we're merely seeing is the manifestation of that which has been absent. And that always brings radical change, particularly in densities of realms of dense matter like this. We're all seeing it. But I get back to this thing of thought. All right. Keenly aware of the fact that I am thought. I mean, the privilege of being in these bodies. I mean, come on, folks. Even when, I've been, attacked by sickness, the meningitis and Lyme disease was, what a trip that was. But yet it's now been affecting my body in many different ways. But my point is, I'm a thought form, and I'm in this body. It's far out. It really is. I mean, no matter what the experience going all around, it's still the fact that it's here now. I've been preparing myself for a long time that, there is a departure, and I'll leave with grace. I'll leave with favor, which is a nice little segue. But getting back to the meditation time. So I reach out to the one who actually gave me thought. And now I'm at this point very comfortable in my times of meditation, getting out there, that it's no longer a gender. It's thought. And I don't know if there's a thing called a perfect thought. I don't know if there's an imperfect thought. I still wrestle in my mind, how can imperfection come from perfection? And no theologian, no pastor, no Bible teacher, no philosopher that I've really found has been adequately expressed that. How does imperfection come from perfection? And even stranger is that if imperfection does exist, then how does imperfection ever become perfection? I mean, you're talking about completely different laws of physics. Physics, hell, I don't even know how that would go in the ethereal. So back to my point. Hello, Miss M. Good to see you as well. Thank you. Beloved says, because imperfection is an illusion, then that would imply, then we could assume that this is all perfect. I guess that could really be a matter of how you look at it. I mean, I guess it would be to the individual as to how they would perceive an event. Could be, yeah. Bernadette says by transmutation, but if you think about that, Bernadette, it's an interesting. So how would you see? I see this as almost like, the barrier between matter and antimatter, thought and anti-thought. It's a strange reality when you begin to get into the realm of what would be anti-thought then. I mean, if anti-gravity, antimatter, anti-religion, anti-God, is that the true essence of what the realm is? Is it the antithesis of the exact opposite? And is that perfection? Trina says two different minds. Yeah, yeah. We'll pick up on that more, Trina, tomorrow. I think it's an interesting thought. And so that's who I speak to. I mean, it's thought. And I'm most grateful that it gave me thought, allowed me to have thought. Every person is different, you know. I always love it. It is the never-ending chasing of ego or not. I love that. And it's been debated for thousands and thousands of years. So, what is perfection anyway? Scotty boy, that's where I'm coming right at. I don't know how can you, if perfection exists, how can an imperfect mind even fathom what perfect is? If an imperfect mind, it's impossible. I don't see how it could even exist, because an imperfect mind would have no basis of what to find the reality or the terms or even the boundaries of what perfect would be. In the book Etadorfa, we know that the man who began it all, as he found out, if perfect peace exists, then it exists in non-existence, because a thought is a vibration, and that would disturb the perfect peace. You see, I love this. Perfect imperfection. And again, we know that is a term that contradicts itself. Because I don't know how a perfect mind could ever conceive imperfection. I mean, the whole struggle in religions is that man apparently fell, and that there's a group of spiritual beings that had the same problem, they fell, and that because a perfect God somehow created imperfect being that allowed the imperfection to foster and to postulate into what became this horror of this realm of which we call reality, life. So that's the problem with that is that it contradicts itself. No creature, no being could ever be of a perfect status, could ever conceive of imperfection. If it did, it would annihilate itself. That's just my opinion. Musgrave goes 369. But, Amy says nihilism. Yeah, I don't know if it's a nihilist doesn't believe in anything. That's just another form of religion. The fact is that if thought, Alan Watts, my mentor, he put it pretty well in one of his lectures. He said that the fact that we can think, that we have thought, really makes us very unique. That each individual can generate thought. Because if you get two individuals into the room, they may have a bridge of commonality, but in essence, you have two different forms of thought. And you start multiplying that out, the cacophony can get pretty deafening, can it? Hey, Deborah, how you doing, my dear? Running the gauntlet while staying true. Win or lose, you win. I like that. It's just one of those things that I have these mental terminants in my mind as I drift off into the ether world. Debating what is perfection. I don't know if I can define perfection unless I'm somehow, no matter what I do, no matter what I experience, no matter what I think, no matter how I act, I'm perfect. I can do no wrong. The only wrong I can do is what someone else says is wrong. And it only becomes wrong when I adapt it as wrong. Much love to you, Deborah. Good to see you, dear. See, this is why we come in here and meet. That's why I missed. You know, I really enjoy this. It recharges my spirit to be in here with this. And again, let me know your comments. I know that sounds radical because you get into it. Say, well, if a person does this, well, that's violating another person's will. But is that imperfect? I mean, we all basically look at ourselves as the perfect model. I mean, that's why we have conflicts with individuals, because we're comparing them to ourselves, because we're the perfect model. And then you get into this whole thing. Isby says, do you think animals have thought? Yes, they do. I believe they do. And it's curious because I communicate with Dancer all the time. I mean, and she comes in and communicates with me all the time. So yeah, it's like Gaia said with their horses. Horses are extremely intelligent creatures. I mean, it's just, I think most of the animal kingdom on. Could we use some Steiger perspective more often? John, I got to tell you, the things that are changing, it's dangerous now. This is what I'm saying. I probably will do more, but right now it's dicey out there. So, and you know how those free thinkers get. All right. I, the Melstern, says, me and my cat have plenty of Yeah, I have no doubt of that at all. Yeah. Shirley says, you can only compare yourself to your memory of your past. That's so interesting, Shirley, because it's true. I mean, isn't that how we judge, interpret reality, is by what we experience? I mean, I've flown a lot of planes. I've never actually flew a plane. Yeah. My times back in the days of NASCAR, always found it interesting, talking to the drivers, that when you start getting up there really going really fast, like, 180 miles an hour, back in the day, they were breaking 200 back then. But the interesting thing is what happens to these drivers' mind, their mental acuity of how they see things. They don't see things going around really fast. They are, but for many of them, it's a controlled event. The frames are going really quick, but for them, they're processing at such a rate that it's almost, many of them tell you, like slowing time down. Again, talking about professional athletes, golfers particularly, when you're in these high stake tournament games where, $1 million+ is on the line for the jackpot, the one who wins. That becomes a crucial aspect. Slow things down. Because when things are hitting you really fast, your mind wants to begin to come up with 1,000 different scenarios. And what really they teach you is you have to slow things down. We do it through breathing, meditation, etc. Diane, how you doing? Well, missed y'all too. I got to tell you, this is refreshes the soul, as they would say. No doubt about it. So it's interesting. So I'm sleeping and something says, because there are so many pyramids and this office is charged. So, but anyway, I'll just share it. And for those of you, so in my office now, copper, you can actually buy it. This is a 1 pound of it. But yeah. And then I looked at the atomic weight in the periodic chart, what copper is. Anyone want to take a guess? Maybe you know, and I'd be very impressed if you knew. What is the atomic weight, the number of copper, Cu? Does anyone know? Say, boy, we're going, boop, 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 boop. But it's all related, man. It's all related. Let's see. Well, I can tell you, and if any of you couldn't figure it out, what's my special number? How many of you? I'll let that be the clue. 29. Yeah. So there you go. Scotty boy. Says, I don't have my chart up. I know I got mine right up here, but no, it's just interesting. Yeah, it's 29. Yeah, Lost in Space and Trina. Yep, it's 29. Yeah, that's my number. That's all I got to say. Later today, just to let this as well, I'm going to be doing, Ryderly invited me on his show. He's got his 100th show. So Hummingbird goes, I haven't a clue. That's cool. Yeah, it's 29. And then Thursday, I have Lindsay Brown coming on. She is, this is going to be fun, folks. As we get closer, I'll give you a little bit more of her bio, but I can tell you this is going to be fun. She is, in fact, allow me 1 second here, as y'all just get this. Lindsay is a shamanic healer and teacher who recovered from severe childhood trauma in order to bring transformative teaching and healing first to students in public schools and now to students of all ages and to the fans of her shows, Rogue Waves and Middle Paths. So we're going to have a great discussion. Lindsay, I'm looking forward to having you on. And so there we go. All right. Well, this has been fun. Hey, Eyes to See, Marie, how you doing? Let's see. Scotty Boy says, my mom turns 29 every year. Oh, we love your mom. I tell you what, Scotty, nothing wrong with that at all. That's great. Cheers, everyone. Yes, beloved Abstract says, sip. Good to hear that, hon. So good to Divine Empress. Good to see you, my dear. Yeah, isn't that? I mean, this is a bright group. I tell you what, it really is, Paul. I agree with you. This is some of the brightest people I've met ever. I mean, and I've known a lot of people, but this one, whew. Hey, Gaza, what's up? Give me 1 second. I want to, wait a minute. Here I am over here. Do. All righty. And there we go. And all right. I'm seeing myself again. I love that. Time travel, it's real. So Loretta, you did some great work on this living document. Favor. This is the favor invocation. And I'm going to read this because I got to tell you what, folks, this protected Lynn and I. Favor always has. To me, it's not, it's a part of me. And when I see other people who embrace this and now have made it a part of them and then share their creation with the rest of us, it's sweet. It's like chocolate. And I'm talking the type of chocolate from a chocolatier, Rennie, that, that almost melts at the temperature of the tongue. Anyway, so as I read this, just think about chocolate. It says, all these favors and grace guide me, my family, the soul tribe, and assist us stronger and more abundantly now. Favor and grace are with us wherever we go. Favor and grace heal our bodies as we speak favor and grace into our bodies. Favor and grace allows us to heal others as we speak favor and grace into their bodies. Favor and grace sets apart me, my family, the soul tribe, our descendants, ancestors, animals, grounds, homes as favored and graced with abundance and joy. Grace and favor are on our food, water, pantry, and life force. Favor and grace walk with us when we come in and when we go out. Favor and grace calls our enemies to be at peace with us. Favor and grace are upon our barns, storehouses, wherever we keep our valuables to prosper and be in safety. And in this day and age, favor and grace are upon us in everything we undertake. Everything we set our hand and mind to, favor and grace causes it to prosper. I love that. Favor and grace are upon all our material property and cause it to last longer and not break. Favor and grace protects us, our offspring, and possessions from calamity. Favor and grace leads us to good fortune in all things. Favor and grace causes us to be the head, not the tail. Favor and grace causes us to come out on top and not beneath. Favor and grace causes us to be above and not below. Favor and grace causes us to be favored and graced with and in the elements. Favor and grace causes us to be favored and graced with and in the spirit realm. Favor and grace causes us to be graced and favor to everyone we meet. They see us with grace, with favor. They hear us with favor and grace and feel favor and grace towards us. Favor and grace seeks us out. They abide with us. Knowledge, wisdom, discernment, love, compassion, luck, and joy are our constant companions. Our higher self seeks us out and guides us in all things. Prosperity seeks us out and abides with us. All energies and entities that wish to do us harm do not prosper against us. They fail in their attempts. No weapon of any kind harms us, our offspring, family, descendants, and ancestors, nor prospers against us. No curse or spell holds sway over us, our offspring, family, descendants, and ancestors, nor prospers against us. For everything that would harm or harass us, may it dissipate. I set a hedge of protection around me, my family, the soul tribe, past, present, and future, and our collective possessions. No ill thought, word, or deed holds sway or foothold, nor prospers against us, our family, offspring, descendants, or ancestors. I do not consent, either knowingly or unknowingly, to any force, powers, entities, presumed authorities that try to harm me and mine, or the soul tribe, or are set against us in any way. Let my silence be not acquiescence to any known or unknown contract set against us or our best interest, nor that of our entire family, past, present, or future, as I do not consent to it. Let my yeas be yeas and my nays be nays. I, my family, and the soul tribe are prosperous and prospered. I, my family, and the soul tribe are graced and favor. I waste no thought for yesterday or tomorrow. I live today for today. I see what it is to be seen and hide nothing from myself. I see the unseen. I know what is hidden. The veil is lifted from my eyes. I allow those with my best interest in their hearts to come through, and I see and hear them. We are able to communicate. I call upon our guides and protectors to make themselves known to us for those ready to receive them. I connect to my higher self and all my shattered pieces, and I am whole. I am one with higher consciousness. I send enlightenment and wisdom into the veil of darkness to illuminate the unknown to those ready to receive and learn. I call upon all our shattered, scattered selves to come together and mix and make us whole again, so that we may ascend this place and go to wherever we were meant to be. I send compassion, wholeness, peace, and joy to those ready to receive it, for all the timelines and dimensions of the known and unknown planes and of all the earths. It is created in my words, and what is said is done. So smote it be. Thank you, angels and the higher selves. I am grateful. I am great-filled with abundance. My cup runneth over, and I am willing to share my bounty. I lack nothing, and all things are possible. I glow with the light of creation and vibrate with the frequency of love. Wow. Powerful stuff. Love it. I mean, in this day and age, where every bloody thing you see is shortages, doom, gloom, it's all, and you know, I don't see any peace being spoken in that. I don't see any love. I don't see a counter egregore to that. We speak it. We speak it proudly here. We speak it boldly here. It's spoken on many other channels. Hey, Julianne, good to see you, darling. Abundance. Yes, 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 yes. So that is the thing. Love it, love it, love it. Lord, that is just fabulous, fabulous stuff. It uplifts me when I read it. I mean, how can you not walk away and go, oh, fuck. F-bomb drop, kaboom. But we do speak love and we do speak favor here. We speak it all the time. Even when this group was going through a trial, we made it all right. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. It's easy as Sunday morning. Diane, I hear that. I got that in my head. It's interesting. So keep the protection spell up and so mote it be. AK Morning Star. Absolutely. That's all I got to say. Yeah, we're bad. We're bad. Uh-huh. Yeah, we can walk it. We talk it. You know, and you know what? We come out. It doesn't change us. It wants to change us. In this case, the change is that we're eternal beings. We're having a good time here. We're going to have a good time on the other side because we got a group over there. They're getting ready for the party. I mean, you know, they're setting up the chairs, the tables, they're getting the band ready, hors d'oeuvres, and you can walk out the door. You can be right there at my beach. And, you know, Brian probably has his mountains right over there. That's all I'm saying. Jack Dreamy says, I dropped a few F-bombs myself. Hernandez, yes. Amanica, yes, you can. Just simply email me and I'll be more than happy to send that. Bisbee, always, you're welcome. Wow. Yeah, I am going to make everyone here and eventually the moderator. It looks good. I like all the blues. This deserves gold fame after at the frame. Yes. I'm telling you, Amy, this is the kind of stuff that if you read this once, twice, 3 times a day, I mean, who can stop that? Who can stop that? Yeah. We were in traffic and the Milky Way truck was in front of and we made it through, folks. That's the other thing. Hello, Michelle Canamfree. Good to see you, my dear. Got to go to work now. Well, have yourself a prosperous day. You know, some people say have a grand day. I say let's have a prosperous day. I mean, you know, prosper, baby. That's what I'm saying. All right. We got it. They tried to beat us down. They did. Didn't work. We shed a few tears, Lynn and I did. But you know what? We just simply looked at that as the elixir to that which was going to grow forth the thing coming into our lives. And that's how you do it. Yes, Ruby, that is true. Ruby, Ruby. Now you got me thinking of, yeah, little Steely Dan on that one. Actually, I think that is Donald Fagen's album. All right. So, folks, have yourself a prosperous day. Favor abounds in our lives. Trina and I will be on tomorrow. I got to get ready for Ryder and maybe even get a little refresh on the hot tea. All right. Much love, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. And thank you again, each and every one of you. You folks, you really helped. Sending that favor. Wow. Wow. That's all I got to say. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Until we meet tomorrow. Peace. All right. Much love, everybody.